I'm going to talk on the changing need of old people in India who are more than 60 years. We all know that the population of elderly person in India has increased substantially over the last 2 decades. In 2011, we were 8.6% of the total population of this country, and we are heading for 20% by 2050. People in old age are living longer now, as everybody has said, and the past 60 years, everyone of this particular group expects to live for 25, 30 years. It means they have to spend another 1/3 of their life in the old age. I call this a third inning. There are many challenges. Significantly high percentage of older people, especially the affluent class, are living alone. Their children have gone overseas, and majority of them have to depend on their own resources because there is no social security. You have paid lakhs and lakhs of rupees in income tax, but somehow in this particular country, there is no social security like most of the Western countries. 75% of them are active physically as well as psychologically, but have no work to do, except the doctor community. Many older people are still supporting their family members, particularly children not yet settled and married. Many of them are doing their post-retirement jobs to meet their daily needs. And most of them are healthcare issues. 80% of all those healthcare issues are easily manageable. In view of the above, there is an urgent need to create an awareness about the needs and the rights of the older persons. I want you to be sensitive to the people who are 99% below you. The health issues care in old age homes, the senior citizens are also face several mental health problems, which often remain unrecognized. Most of the psychological disorders are Alzheimer, dementia. These are seen in nearly 18 to 20% of people. Depression is seen in nearly 50%, and same is the number for anxiety. People hardly seek any kind of help, counseling, assistance, guidance, direction to address these psychological issues faced by these old people. Elderly facing psychological disorders need a special care, they need palliative care, and they also need terminal care services. Most senior citizens do not possess adequate nutrition-related knowledge, attitude, and practices, and are unable to make healthier food choices both in health and disease. Lower income, physical and psychological social changes of aging, emergence of age-related disorders act as impediment to an active and independent life in old age. We currently live in a society where most of the things happen with a click of finger, with digital communication and information technology advancing very rapidly, but many people from the older generation find themselves lost due to the lack of digital literacy. Sincerely, we need to create a movement to work till 70 to 75 instead of propagating instead of 2 children, 3 children, because that is going to take another 25 years. And already our roads of this particular country are already crowded. There's no space. So where is going to be the movement for the third child? So in view of this, we need to work till 70 to 75. So in view of a longer lifespan and old age, it has become imperative that we invest in skill training, reskilling of retired and old persons of our society. Skill development of older persons can provide gainful engagement opportunities, which in turn provide economic independence to them, and they can contribute tremendously in health and education. As far as the help is concerned, currently there are less than 1,000 operational old age homes in India, which can maximum look after 1 lakh of people. So not very many homes are there. Less than not 100,000 कितना हो गया?
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
10 lakhs. 1 lakh.
10 lakhs.
So, Abhi, this is the Government of India figures are 1,000 old age homes are there which can cater to less than 100,000 older persons. With fast changing socioeconomic demographic order, the migration of children in search of better opportunities, general attitudes towards living in old age homes has transformed. The need for more old age homes has increased over the years. They are very popular in South India. Dr. Lakshmi has said there is a big group which is shifting to these old age homes, especially the ones who do not want to cook. They don't want to have an hassle at the same time they want to enjoy life. Unlike other developed countries, in India, people are emotionally attached to their homes in old age, and their children are non-committal at this particular stage. Picture is fast changing in the north as well. Uh, Senior citizens are still unable to decide for themselves whether they want to full-time old age homes or whether they want to short-time stay. Instead of full-time stay in old age homes, short stay facilities are being preferred by senior citizens, especially in the north, where they can get services such as skill building, financial, medical, legal advice, and entertainment among themselves. In view of what we have detailed, there is an urgent need to establish more senior citizen homes, daycare centers, shelters, well equipped with old age care, palliative care services for the older persons. As for the social security in old age is concerned, majority of the elderly people in India are retired from the unrecognized and unorganized sectors with no social security cover altogether. In India, only 10% of the retired employees enjoy the social security cover in the form of pensions. 90% have no such dedicated social security cover, and they have to depend on others for their old age related needs and do not enjoy independence, dignity, and respect in old age for that matter. Government of India has in 2021 has done a survey with UN. They have taken a sample size of 10,000 older people, out of which over 5,000 were rural and nearly 5,000 were urban people. 300 districts, 27 states, and the Union Territory were included in this, and this was conducted in January and February 2021. Each group target was included in this particular survey of 10,000 people. And this survey has shown that 35% are living alone. 45% people are living with their spouse, and 20% are living in a joint family with their children. As far as the income was concerned, 20% had no income and 30% had a marginal income. And when they looked at the total financial security for themselves, 50% were dissatisfied. When it came to health, 40% felt, they had a perfect health, while 60% it was found to be poor. But when I'm talking this particular group of doctors here, you can find majority, at least 70 to 80%, in spite of they have chronic ailments, they are within the control. The health is in their control. 1,000 DGF and the WOW India members who are 60 plus. Again, we find mota survey, they say that 70% they're okay with their health. It's not that, people like me who have a diabetes and maybe slight mild hypertension, but it doesn't mean that we do not enjoy good health. As far as availing health care schemes which are available in terms of major hospitals and the clinics, nearly 76% are not making use of it. And as far as the status of the old age homes and things are concerned, only 16% find that they have inadequate facilities to live, and the rest are not satisfied. So our group feels, Mala, this particular group which we have made, majority of the older people who are 60 plus are comparatively healthier and active, and after retirement they want to remain engaged and stay connected with the mainstream. With fast increasing role and the importance of the digital technology in day-to-day life, old people are also eager to learn digital technology, modern skills, and instead of becoming a burden on nation, family resources, older people prefer to contribute to their experience, knowledge, and resources and remain self reliant as long as they can. And 75 plus senior citizens have to suffer from loneliness and health problems. Today, with a longer lifespan in old age, migration of younger people to other places in search of the better opportunities and better life, fast changing trends in old age, most elderly prefer to live on their own or have to live without family support. That is what they want. So, in conclusion, in India, the issues concerning older persons and the old age are turning into bigger challenges due to unprecedented growth rate of elderly population, fast changing social and family structure. There is a need to create and spread awareness about fast changing needs and the rights of old people, to educate and sensitize younger generation about issues concerning the old people. So I made my points very clear that majority of the people who are educated, who had uh, uh, been the upper bracket of the society, wants to have an independent living in old age and want to become expert of reverse anti-aging for Indian elderly couple, for them to become can advise thousands and thousands of people as far as India is concerned. So just now, I repeat this again. There is a rapid growth of the senior citizens, and life expectancy has increased to 71 years, and the children are moving overseas. Elderly dependency is 15%. 15 dependent has increased. They are dependent by and large. And economic strain on elderly is there. Only 18% of the people in India have pensions, and they make financial independence crucial. As for the health issues are concerned, I call it DHA. 75% of the people past 60 years or 65 years have problems of diabetes, hypertension, and arthritis. Mental diseases concern 20% of the elderly people in India. 50% are depression and anxiety, whether they admit or not, but they have this because of the loneliness. And 20% have real problem, 18 to 20% of what we call dementia and Alzheimer, when they're in their own world, and the rest of the people are worried they are not. Physical frailty, the loss of muscle mass begins at 50. It gets accelerated at post 60 years, leading to reduced mobility and independence. As for the health factors are concerned, I will tell you that 75% of us have chronic illnesses like hypertension, diabetes, and arthritis, but we are in full control. Mental health concerns are bothers nearly good 18 to 20%, especially in the form of Alzheimer or dementia, and 50%. And there, we really do not have any cause to know, so we cannot prevent it. Jisko hona hai, usko hona hai. 50% do have depression and anxiety. This we can definitely take care by socializing with each other, with talking and doing a video call with each other, so everybody feels connected. Physical frailty we definitely have, because muscle mass decreases after 40 years. It gets accelerated post 60 years, leading to reduced mobility. And if you want to enjoy life, the mobility and independence have to be there. Inadequate healthcare access, especially in the rural areas. 70% of the aging population is in rural areas, and they do lack access to the adequate geriatric care services. And where is the need of this particular fraternity who can work and who want to work, who want to do something for this particular community? As for the social dynamics are concerned, whether you like it or not, loneliness epidemic is there, even the best and the best of you, of all of you. 1 in 4 Indian elderly people socially are isolated. If you do not join groups, if you do not participate in activities, you are isolated. And more you isolate yourselves, you become, उस तरह की रोड है कि जिसमें कि आप वापस आना मुश्किल हो पाएगा. So you feel socially isolated because of their own doing, exacerbating this risk of depression and dementia. And this is what the survey shows. Breakdown of joint families is inevitable. The traditional joint family system is shrinking, leaving elderly couple to fend for themselves. Only 20% have admitted in the large survey by the government of India. The necessity to reverse anti-aging, preventing early aging, addressing the cellular aging through better nutrition, exercise, resistance training, and the stress management, which both Dr. Uma Rai highlighted and Dr. Lakshmi also highlighted, that we need to have, tricks for the stress management. This can reduce age-related stresses. And I call this thing that all of us need to be busy for this. We should have a stress management. We must exercise. We must eat right nutrition. So we normalize our weight. In fact, our weight should become less. And we must be busy in doing something. Improving quality of life. Reverse anti-aging technique like joining spiritual groups, practicing meditation, mindfulness, body, mind, and soul balance. This brings out our physical and mental well-being. When we are working, we don't give any hoots to this particular aspect, but I think this particular aspect is very, very important. Joining the spiritual groups, practicing meditation and mindfulness, suddenly at the age of 60, 65 years, you can't learn. Boosting productivity. Active aging keeps senior engaged in meaningful work, reducing societal dependency. I will say that you should not have retirement, but I will like what Manju Barik has said. You have to slow down. Your activity can come down to 25, 30%, but don't make zero. Reducing healthcare cost. A healthier elderly person reduces the burden of India's healthcare infrastructure. Like all of us, where our diseases are well controlled, we feel that kind of things are not required. But at the same time, this Ayushman Bharat's PM scheme has been welcomed by everybody. कोई भी strata group hai, they have welcomed this particular with open hands. As for the global and national trends are concerned, global example of aging preparedness, you can see the countries like Japan and Singapore have successful models for independent elderly living. They have one person to support, and one is, the robots are there to help these people out. USA has social security, but the government does not do anything for the old age. They have to do themselves. The government initiatives, India's national policy for older people is there, persons, but for an active aging, but execution at this particular time is zero. It requires a robust pushing. As far as the technological lifestyle innovations in our country is concerned, we definitely want assisted technologies, innovations like smart home services, wearable gadgets. Like if you fall in the bathroom, they should be somebody should know in the neighborhood that you have fallen in the bathroom, so they can come over. Telemedicine is a big boost these days and should be utilized more and more often. Customized housing solutions, developing senior-friendly homes with ergonomic designs to enhance safety and the comfort. The community living spaces are required more and more. And down south, it has become very prevalent. In north, people have to adopt it. Promotive co-living communities for the elderly can provide companionship and shared resources. Call for action is India's aging population present both challenges and opportunities. 80% of the relatively healthy 60 plus want independent living and want to put their 100% to reverse anti-aging for the senior citizens of this particular country. We can empower elderly couples to live fulfilling, active, and healthy lives while also reducing societal and healthcare burdens, enjoy third inning gracefully by traveling overseas, contributing in a big way to the nation building in both health and education. Our motto is that you should be independent till age 90 years. You must see this graceful lady. She looks like Dr. Lakshmi. Anyway, this is Dr. Madam Malti's creation.
Very nice.
Now I'm going to take 20 healthy issues commonly affecting the Indian aged. I think all of you must have seen a lady from Andhra Pradesh at the age of 92. She travels in the bus, taking sticks, goes to the medical college, and teaches their biochemistry. So I think age is only numbers. Only you should have a desire to do something for the community. We must accept that hypertension is seen in 60% of elderly people. Diabetes is bothering 20 to 25% who are 60 plus in our country, and osteoarthritis bothers again 1/3 of the elderly people. And we do require mobility, and that's why joint replacement also has come. To enjoy life and mobility, we need mobility, and 30% have had a knee replacement, including myself. I've had both knees of mine have been replaced. As for the chronic diseases concerned, the chronic obstructive pulmonary disease affects 10 to 15% of the elderly in India, preventable with smoking cessation and controlled exposure to pollution. Like people who are staying in Delhi, we are exposed to 25 to 30 cigarettes in the form of environmental pollution. As for the heart disease is concerned, again, 28 to 30% of those ages 60 years in India have this particular problem, and 10% of the ladies and 25% have had angioplasty by this age. Anemia bothers 26% of the elderly men and 40% of elderly women, preventable with iron, folate supplementation, and dietary changes. We must aim that we should be 12, 12, and 12, and not less than that. Vitamin D deficiency bothers nearly 70% of elderly Indian people. Protein deficiency and sarcopenia bothers 25% of elderly Indian people, and because of the muscle loss. And again, we need to have a supplementation of protein-rich diets and resistance exercises. As for the mental power problem is concerned, I have already detailed on this particular aspect that 50% of people who have anxiety and depression, we can definitely overcome. Dementia is something, we do not know what is the cause, so we will not be able to prevent it altogether. But these people definitely require support, which is not taken care at this particular time. As for the cataract is concerned, again, 60 to 70% elderly people have this surgery by this age, and hearing loss is seen again in 40% of elderly. Again, we don't have to really get bothered about it. There are hearing aids are available. Very effective hearing aids are available. Oral health bothers nearly 50% of elderly people. Many people in this particular group have their own teeth, including myself. This can be taken care by the dental hygiene and the regular checkups. Respiratory illness like asthma bothers nearly 10 to 12 to 15% of elderly and managed through medication, exercise, and pollution control. Constipation is the problem of old age. Nearly 30% of elderly people are bothered about it, and this can be prevented by high fiber diet and hydration. Because their diet becomes less, so the fiber quantity becomes less, and that's why, because of the less motility, they have constipation. UTI is frequently seen in elderly due to incontinence and preventable with hygiene and hydration. Tuberculosis, again seen in this particular group in 25% of people. Early diagnosis and full treatment can save their life. As for the neurological problems are concerned, the risk doubles after age 60 years. But the golden time is 3 hours, and if you reach the hospital within 3 hours, no residual disease will be there, if the timely treatment is given. Parkinson's disease affects, again, 1% of the elderly, and this is, again, can improve with medication, and special gloves and all can be there these days to see to it that you can do day-to-day activity. Falls and mobility is a very big issues affecting 30% of elderly Indians when they are not stable. And this can be preventable by home safety measures, physiotherapy, and a bone health monitoring. So thank you very much.